Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Talking Royals. A few weeks ago we promised you a Christmas quiz and now the elves have delivered. Over 5 festive rounds of royal knowledge, we'll be taking a look at another memorable year for the House of Windsor and putting our royal selection of experts to the test. I'm Charlene White and I'm your host for this Christmas special. I'm joined as ever by our royal editor Chris Shipp and also by our royal producer Lizzie Robinson. But this is with a twist, isn't it, guys? Because a few weeks ago I came up with a really mad idea to do a quiz, didn't I?
We allowed you to do that, didn't we? We went along with it at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've felt this apprehensive in a long while sitting here.
Yeah, but I like doing that to you though, Chris.
Thanks, Char.
Now, when we decided to come up with this idea, it's about rounding up what has been an incredible year where royal news is concerned. So we thought we'd get you to play at home as well. This is our very special Christmas quiz. So grab a pen and paper and join us as we go through the rounds, as you can also try and remember what you remember in terms of the royal family from 2024. So I gave you both a task, didn't I? You had to do this in teams. You couldn't be together. You had to choose teammates. Now, I know you went through
the best bit about this, actually, going head to head. Yeah.
Because anybody who's a regular listener to the show knows that you are detail, Lizzie.
And I am
Chris,
lack of detail.
You're more painting a picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we swap teams?
I'm kind of overview.
Yeah, you're more overview.
I'm more court circular.
Yeah. That's a perfect description of you, Lizzie.
Thank you.
And so I tasked you with finding teammates.
Yes.
Your A teams were potentially not available, so you've gone for B teams.
No, I went for the A+ team because I wanted someone who was going to be equally as good as Lizzie. So Lizzie's challenging. Actually, she's literally been revising all weekend.
Yeah.
She's like a head girl.
Yeah.
She can't stand the fact that she might not
lose.
win. So I've got Kate here. Kate Mansey is the royal editor of the Times newspaper, also assistant editor of the Times. So we've gone high up. You know, the Times of London, darling.
Yeah.
Welcome. How are you feeling?
I'm very nervous. I'm wondering why I said yes.
I said to you, how do you like quizzes? You said, I love a quiz.
But she had
I didn't realise it was going to be on television.
She had also consumed alcohol when you asked her, which feels slightly unfair.
I'd had a gin and tonic, and then Chris asked me to join. But I'm pleased to be here.
Thank you for saying
great fun.
Thank you for saying yes.
Yeah. So Lizzie, Chris claims that he went for the best. So who have you got?
So Russell Myers has 2 jobs.
Ooh.
He's royal editor for the Daily Mirror and royal editor for ITV's Lorraine. So I've kept it within the ITV family.
That's where I've seen him before. On Lorraine.
So double the jobs,
Yes,
and I'm
indeed.
hoping, therefore, double the knowledge. Is that? Yeah.
No doubt, I imagine. Yeah.
How are you
No
feeling,
chance.
Russell?
I'm pretty nervous. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Our entire careers are on the line
This
here.
is reputation is at stake. But thank God I'm on Lizzie's team. That's all I'm going to say.
People have got me to such a low expectation of me. That's great.
But then when you win, everyone will
It
be
could only
like,
get better. Yeah.
Okay, let's kick off with the first round, the Royal Roundup. The rules are very simple, 5 questions for each team. If you haven't got one or your answer is incorrect, your opponents will be able to steal your points just to keep you on your toes at all times. So shall we begin? Chris and Kate, you're up first. On what balcony was Kate standing on Remembrance Sunday and who was she with?
Foreign Office balcony, which is immediately above the Cenotaph on Whitehall. And she was standing next to the Duchess of Edinburgh. Sophie, yes.
That is correct.
Technically, the Foreign and Commonwealth.
Yeah, I know. I was going to deduct points.
FCDO, but just, you give them that.
See, details. Okay, what farm vehicles were stolen from Windsor Castle in November?
Oh,
Quad bike.
a quad bike and a pickup. Or a ute, as they might say in Australia.
That is correct.
Yes.
We've all seen that video of Prince William dancing at a Taylor Swift concert in June, but what song was he dancing to?
I want to say Shake It Off.
Yeah, because he was kind of shaking quite a lot, wasn't he?
I want to say Shake It Off.
Do you want to do the bit? No, let's not. Shake it off.
That is correct, but I actually now do want to see your dad dancing.
No, not happening. Not happening.
Oh, really?
I've got a reputation to maintain.
Oh, have you know?
But have I? Not after this podcast.
What royal residence opened its doors to the public for the first time in the summer?
The East Wing of Buckingham Palace.
Oh, I'm going to say Balmoral because
You have to decide which one.
I think
She said royal residence as opposed to wing of. Yes. Okay.
well, Balmoral was the big opening, wasn't it, this year?
I'm gonna
They've
go-
opened
yeah.
it for the first time more to the
I'm
public
going to
than
have to
ever
take
before.
a final
Go.
answer.
Balmoral.
Correct.
Oh.
See him. That's what I'm
Okay, and can you name at least 2 countries the Sussexes visited together this year?
Colombia was one. And Nigeria, was that this year? It was, yes, and Nigeria.
Is that your final answer?
You happy to?
Was it Nigeria this year?
Yes, because the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games was here, and then you went to Nigeria immediately
Very
afterwards.
good.
So,
Yeah, let's go with that.
We're going with that one.
You go with that? Absolutely correct.
Well done.
There we
Full
go.
house.
In terms of
You don't know the relief I've got.
Points on the board.
Hot these lights, aren't they?
do you feel like this year is going to been a good year for them in terms of their public image?
The Sussexes, it hasn't been a catastrophic year as it has been previously. It kind of feels like they have moved on from looking back, though, doesn't it? All the books and the Netflix shows, they're not looking back as much as they.
Yeah, and I wonder if part of that is the health crisis that's going on here with the King and Kate. Obviously, I wonder if that's played into the fact that they've been a bit more muted this year. Okay. We haven't seen much criticism. We haven't seen that many interviews, and they've been quietly behind the scenes, kind of building up whatever it is that their next projects are going to be.
And there was that tension, like when he came over for the Invictus Games, and he said, "Oh, Dad's too busy to see me," and Buckingham Palace didn't respond. And actually, that's the new thing. The new mantra at Buckingham Palace is just don't respond to anything the Sussexes throw away. So it's
Interesting to see what happens in 2025 with those two, won't it?
Invictus Games in Whistler. It might be one of your. Actually, I'm giving you one of your questions.
Oh, you want to hope that that's not one of the questions. Otherwise, you've really dug yourself a hole there, haven't you, Chris? Okay, Lizzie and Russell, it is now your turn.
Okay.
On Easter Sunday, the Duchess of York joined the royal family for the first time since what year?
That's way harder than anything
This was so simple.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to have to try and get an answer from you. The Duchess of York joined the royal family for the first time since what year?
1996.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our only answer.
I'm afraid that's
No.
correct. Do you guys know the answer? Kate
If we get
and
it
Chris?
wrong, do we lose a point?
No, you don't lose a
Oh,
point.
okay.
So there's nothing to be lost.
That's my buzzer. We're going to say something. I think the same kind of time. 19.
Well, I'm thinking about when the princesses Beatrice and Eugenie will be there. Did
94.
No, can you confer with your teammate?
They, in 91.
We're
Is
gonna
that
go
your final
91.
answer?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Oh, well
Well done. Aren't you happy you started working
Oh dear.
Chris?
Thank you, Charlie.
There is a fix going on if these are the level of questions we're going to get.
shaky start.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
Focus.
You focus and you play
Focus.
well.
Okay.
I just
All
say
right.
nil point.
No, yes, we know.
I would not do too much chat, Chris, because we've still got 4 rounds to go. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. King Charles and Queen Camilla hosted 2 major state visits this year. Which ones?
Hosted.
Yeah.
Japan,
And?
Qatar.
Correct. What was Princess Anne's first public engagement since the suspected horse injury?
I was there. I was there.
I like
Disabled
it.
riding for the disabled. It was a riding for the disabled engagement.
That is correct. Well done. And it was in Gloucestershire to present awards and to meet the winners. What's the name of the Australian senator who had a go at King Charles?
Lydia Thorpe.
Correct. You were just like, and you were there, obviously.
We were. Yes, we were all there.
And
Yeah.
so
I was in the chamber.
extraordinary.
this is a question for them, Chris.
I love this level of control.
I love being in control. The impact here, everyone was like, oh my goodness, what kind of impact did it have over there for you?
I think in sort of the eye of the storm when it happened, it was a big story. I think the tour was pretty quiet to begin with, and it sort of really gave it the impetus for everybody around the world to cover it. But when the Aussies sort of looked at the event afterwards, they were pretty embarrassed that it happened. Okay. So it probably didn't land as well as she may have thought it would have done.
Yeah, I think Lydia Thorpe has form for doing this sort of protest. And, as we were all told, the King has been around a bit, and it's going to take a bit more than that to ruffle his feathers.
He's made of strong stuff,
Yeah.
isn't it? Now, it's been reported that Charles and Kate broke the royal protocol at Trooping of the Colour, but how? Oh, I can see those cogs turning, Lizzie.
Broke.
Yeah.
Charles and Kate.
Yes.
The King and Kate.
Yes.
Well,
How?
He didn't go on horse.
He didn't go on horseback, and she...
No, we're off. That's not the kind of face that
Well,
that suggests we're on the
Stop
right
reading
track.
my face!
Yeah, you didn't know.
What did they both do?
Are you going to have to pass?
I'd say time was up, wouldn't you?
Christopher, I am running this quiz.
They were both.
However, he's not wrong. Time is up. Do you guys know the answer? I will repeat it. It's been reported that Charles and Kate broke the royal protocol at this year's Trooping the Colour. How?
I think it was something to do with where they were standing on the balcony because they put the King and Kate next to one another because they both had a very difficult year with cancer. And normally it would be the Queen standing there or William.
Go on.
That's my suggestion, the only one I have.
Come on, let's say.
Right, I'm going to have to take that because it's correct.
Yay!
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Well,
No one in this room will ever get that right.
royal experts told the Mirror that Charles bent the rules.
Told them
and
which
had-
paper, which
Sorry.
I
paper.
mean, this is, yeah, Mirror Online.
Oh my!
Russell Myers.
Oh, Russell, this is really embarrassing. Royal experts told the Mirror that Charles bent the rules and had Kate stand next
I mean,
to him,
the notion
as
of
opposed.
protocol is nonsense.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
That was the tricky one.
We want a recap.
Clearly
No,
an
we're
avid
having
reader
that.
of your newspaper.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like
Reading
Russell
the-
should read his newspaper. Okay, so we're going to
certainly
go for
wasn't
the
in
bonus
this.
buzzer rounds. You may be able to make.
Crikey.
A
Is this where
point
we all
back
get a
from
chance?
that.
We got
You
that
all
point,
get
yeah?
a chance. Yes, you get
Yeah,
that
thanks.
point, Chris.
dear.
Right. By the end of November, guess how many engagements Princess Anne carried out to the nearest 10? Go on.
90.
90.
No, that's too low. Far too low.
Too low.
That's why you should confer with your teammate, Chris.
Can I have a go, or does it go to them?
No, it's team.
No, it's far too
Yeah, no, but less than.
Right, no,
Go on,
well,
go
I'm
on.
going to have to take.
Nearest, it's the nearest.
Nearest, yeah. Okay.
250.
Oh!
260.
No, but you were near, but I can't let you have it.
Why?
It's 217. So it's not.
I
to the
thought you meant
nearest
how many
10.
engagements he does per day. I thought that was.
Okay.
That's why I said
No,
90.
Chris, that's what you get for not conferring with your teammate. So at the end of that first round, let's take a look at the scores. Well, Lizzie and Russell, you have 3. And Kate and Chris, you have 7. Now at Christmas, we all have a bit of a festive photo, don't we? So shall we have a look at some? This is Royals in Focus, the second round of our quiz. I'm going to show you 4 pictures, 2 each. What I want to know from you is the context behind these photos. And there are some bonus points at stake here. So let's play. This time, we're going to start with Lizzie and Russell. Okay, we are going to show you a split picture of Princess Anne and a model at a fashion show. What's the context behind this? Your bonus point is if you know the designer's name.
So, wasn't this Anne, when she went to the Olympics in the summer, everyone was saying, she wore the bucket hat and everyone was saying that she was a trendsetter and was re-wearing fashion, and then a collection was made after her. Oh, it's like,
Is the designer Valentino?
no, it's something, Yves Saint
You
Laurent?
are almost there.
Givenchy? No, it's not Givenchy because we would have linked that to
Valentino,
Meghan.
Versace, Burberry.
Versace.
I don't think it
No,
is.
wait.
I think it is.
Okay, I'm going to give you half a point for
Okay.
that, because that is not the designer's name. I'm going to switch it over for half a point. Chris and Kate, do you know the designer's
I
name?
wrote a T2 piece on this,
Over to you then, Kate.
but I'm not a fashion expert.
That's something I definitely am not. So
No.
Would it be someone for Dior? Would it be who's? Oh,
No. Don't know. No. I feel like you should have reread your pieces from this year.
I
Kate,
know,
as
I should have
revision.
done, yeah.
No, so Princess Anne was named as the muse behind Fendi's
Endy, yes.
men's autumn-winter
good.
2024 to 25 Milan Fashion Week collection. I will allow you half a point for
Well
that,
done, Lizzie.
though.
Well done.
No, actually, I can let you have a point. It's the bonus point.
how thrilled you are!
Yes.
Very
Actually, you
good.
do
Well
get a
done.
point. Don't look at me like that, Chris. Oh my God. Okay, we're going to take a look at another split picture.
It's for us.
Another picture up on the
For us,
screen
yeah.
for you, Lizzie and Russell.
Okay.
What's wrong with Kate's Mother's Day picture? Name at least 2 floors. Each floor gets you a point.
Okay.
Okay, so should we do...
So there was something with Princess Charlotte's sleeve.
Yep.
Yep.
There was something with Prince Louis's left arm on the pattern.
Lapel.
Yep.
Kate's jumper was out of sync.
Yep.
There was something to do with the step as well, around the where the tiles meet the step, I think.
Yep. Have you got any more for us?
Something to do with the window pane.
I don't believe there was a window pane issue. But you've got 4 so far, so you're doing really well.
How many did we need? 2?
Yeah, so I think that's
bonus
just
points.
about everything that's on my list, because we had, yes, the left hand of Princess Charlotte, the unusual line of the skirt, that's one that you missed, the zip on the jacket, Kate's jawline, Kate's blurred hands on Louis's in-focus jumper, misaligned pattern on his shoulder. Right, Chris and Kate. Now, we are going to show you a picture up on screen. This is the King's first official painted portrait since his coronation, but who painted it? A bonus point if you can tell us which gallery it was in when it was defaced.
Okay.
It was Jonathan Yeo,
yeah.
and it was the Philip Moore Gallery.
Oh, that was just brilliant. Well done. Correct?
That is correct.
Good.
And did you
Chris
do
is
gallery?
still
I knew that.
Philip
Yeah.
Moore.
My brain was getting into gear.
Right, we're going to move on to the next question. This is a picture coming up on the screen of Maya Jama meeting King Charles at Buckingham Palace garden party. So what did they discuss? And your bonus point is if you can tell me how many garden parties Buckingham Palace hosts each summer.
So what did they discuss? They discussed Love Island, because she said to him, I don't know whether you ever watched Love Island.
Yes, very good.
And I think the answer, we probably could have told you that beforehand, no. He watched Love Island if it was about, I don't know, nature on a...
I bet Camilla does.
I'm sure...
To be honest, I reckon Camilla
Yeah,
does.
Let's hope she does.
Yes, we know Queen Camilla has an iPad and probably goes and runs into a different wing of the palace to go and watch these things, so the king doesn't find out.
And I don't know if there were fewer this year, but I would say normally it's about 4, because they all...
Yes, there's at least 3 at Buckingham Palace and 1 at the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh. But how many at Buckingham? Was the question how many at Buckingham Palace?
Buckingham Palace.
What do you think?
You got to pick a number.
Go on. I get told off every time I make a decision on your behalf, so I'm not going to.
We'll
this
go
time.
3.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Well done. And that's the end of round 2. So let's take a look at how the scores are looking. Well, Lizzie and Russell, you have 8. But Chris and Kate, you've got 11.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Recoverable. This is
I'm going to
recoverable.
celebrate prematurely.
No. Long way to go.
Recoverable.
Okay, now we have...
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
We've drafted in some familiar faces for this round, and we're calling it Royal Remarks. So, long story short, who said this? So, Shippy and Kate, you're first with this one.
Okay.
So, let's take a listen and look at the clip.
The best bit of advice I got for you was to eat twice the amount you would normally eat.
That was Prince William talking to the England Football Club before they went off to play the very important games in Germany. I'm not a sports reporter. And it was William
Important games in Germany, yes.
It was William relaying information from, or advice that he'd received on the school run from Prince Louis.
Louis or George?
Louis.
Louis, right. Tell them to eat twice the amount
Yeah.
they normally do. And it
Yeah.
was just ahead of the
Euros.
Euros in Germany.
And Lizzie and I were on that, and we actually got an exclusive interview
You were there?
with Harry Kane. Yes.
So Kate and I-
Highlighted
Did you
my
know who he
year.
was?
I did cheeky.
Fair enough.
So Kate and I were on the rota for this engagement and turned up at St George's Park in a cab together and realised that neither of us had the first clue about football.
Well, we also realised we were the only British journalist, the last British journalist to be able to interview Harry Kane before the Euros.
Sorry, before the important games in Germany.
The Euros, I think, yeah.
So we fired off a series of messages to anyone that had ever seen a football, like, send us your questions.
I was on the phone to the sports editor.
Your
straight
brother.
away. Yeah.
And then there was no one that wasn't
Yeah.
contacted. And we then proceeded to fire off these questions at Harry Kane. I think he was impressed.
Well done, ladies, and well
It
done.
was great fun.
Chris and
Yeah, well
Kate.
done.
That is correct. Well done. Okay, so let's listen to our next clip, which has been very kindly put together by another famous face.
You must be exhausted and nearly on your knees.
So anybody
Just
talking
for
to a
us.
royal correspondent? Anybody talking to a royal correspondent this week?
Or last year, or the year before. You must be exhausted.
It's actually harder when someone else is saying
Yes.
it.
I think it was the
If we were reading it
King.
down.
No, what is the question? Do we have to say who said it? We're going to say King Charles.
But to
But to who?
to some of the people he met in Australia.
Is that your final answer? Lizzie already knows you're wrong. Lizzie, you could have let me know he was wrong first before you did the buzzer. Lizzie and Russell, what is the correct answer?
It was King Charles to Keir Starmer in their first audience after he became Prime Minister.
Yes.
Very good.
There you go. Well done.
Did we get half a point for getting
No,
King Charles? Because we basically gave that away.
No, you don't. But well done for trying. The answer is still no. Right. Lizzie and Russell.
Now.
It is your turn.
Look at his face.
Let's look at the famous
Don't
face
look at him.
and their quote.
Will all of you stop being so bored, stop looking at your wine glass, stop looking at your watch, and let's do it?
Powerful words, but from whom? Oh, a lot of confused faces here
Say something like that.
when people are trying to figure out exactly who it is
That's not the king.
that said those very words.
Prince
No?
William talking to some young people about social media.
It's a really good answer.
But it's wrong.
It's wrong.
No.
I would say,
Don't know where the
as a
fuck it came
guess,
from.
Yeah.
Harry,
the kind of
Duke of
thing he would
Sussex,
say.
addressing people in New York when he was doing his social media stuff in that UN.
Harry did have
GA
a big, yes, he did
work
have a big
week.
campaign against about social media and mental health, didn't
But
he?
that would be a guess.
Really good answer. Again, wrong.
Because Russell
why I
had said Harry, and I felt really bad.
No, I
that
didn't.
So it
Sounds
is
like Harry.
Sarah Ferguson. She appeared to be furious at the Cannes Film Festival. She attempted to silence a noisy crowd. She was speaking at a charity event that was part of the festival where she was helping to auction off a painting of the late Queen Elizabeth II. And so she said those words, well, all of you stop being so bored, stop looking at your wine glass, stop looking at your watch, and let's do it. And the crowd started cheering.
Ah,
There we
well,
go. Okay, you've got a final one that's just for you two.
Okay.
So let's take a look.
You've taken about 50 years off my life. We should all have a Barbie.
We should all have a Barbie. Would be
Charles,
Australia.
Yeah, we said that already, though, so you can't go with that
They
one.
had that barbecue in the park, didn't they?
Involved.
Parramatta Park.
Barbie. It must be Charles.
You've taken 50 years off my life. We should all have a Barbie. He said it in the speech because do you remember we were all like, oh, he said Barbie.
And the one where he was getting his words mixed up.
And the
In the
sheepdogs. Do you
park.
remember the sheepdogs and the sheep?
saying
Yeah,
that.
we're going to say
Yeah?
King Charles
Oh
at
my
Parramatta
God.
Park.
No. Kate.
It was
By the
Queen.
way, that's what I would have said.
It was Queen Camilla at Buckingham Palace when she was presented with her very own Barbie doll.
Oh, well done, Kate.
Yeah.
Really.
This is
That
why
was
I
very,
invited
very
Kate
good.
onto
Very
my
good.
team.
I'd never have got that. Well done.
She
Really well
presented
done.
the doll wearing exactly the same outfit for her work as president of the Women of the World Foundation.
Very good,
Very
Kate.
clever.
Really
Very
good.
clever.
Well
Like
done.
Kate, congratulations. And so let's take a look at how the scores are looking. Lizzie and Russell have got 9, and Chris and Kate have got 13.
Oh, okay.
It's widening.
So that means
Can we get
we
some,
extended
like,
our
can we get some of their questions?
Yeah.
Wow, can we not complain about the questions?
Sorry, we're not complaining about the questions.
Everybody in the
What
room
to
is
say
an expert.
Say about a workman and his tool.
Right, this one is actually my favourite round. What happens next? You're going to see 4 clips. You need to tell me how they end. Now, remember that points can be won any time if the other team gets the answer wrong. Lizzie and Russell, we're going to go with you first.
Okay.
Take a look at this clip. So we have the Queen and the King. They are
So they were given 7 Jersey heifers as a gift, and when they were looking at them, they got quite frisky and one mounted the other.
one mounted the other.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're correct. And there you go. And I feel like Camilla
Look at her
dealt with
face.
that incredibly well.
And the king's just off chatting.
I'm just going to pretend that I didn't see that.
I don't think he did see it, actually. Look, he's...
That is
Look at this.
pretty fabulous. Okay, so we have another video for you, Lizzie and Russell. What happens next? We've got Prince William in a pub in Wrexham with Rob McElhenney from Welcome to Wrexham, that documentary series that's on Disney+. But he's pulling a pint in the pub with Rob, but what happens next?
Terrible.
Right,
We were
what
there.
happens
He
next?
visited Wrexham.
Yeah.
And
He pours a terrible pint.
Terrible.
It's like a huge, just all head.
Yeah.
And
No
what
pint.
also happened next? He drank a pint and
He downed the. I think he makes whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Let's take a look.
Look at the pint.
That has to be the worst poured pint in the world.
Well done.
But he's really good at backing a shot.
Yeah, that's
2
He's
points was that for us
the
on
four
that round?
balls, four balls whiskey.
We're just checking.
2 points.
Yeah.
2 points. Yeah. There we
Excellent.
are. And then we have Chris and Kate.
Well, they were easy, those.
Oh,
Get 2
geez.
points for that one.
I think that was a bonus.
Oh, it's a bit like when political party accuse us. Turns out we are.
There'll be a review.
Right. Let's take a look at this video and you tell me what you think happens next.
Okay, so where are we? Okay, Horse Guards Parade, good. One imagines
What
we're
happens
at,
after this point?
Picking the colour. Is there something with a horse or something with a soldier fainting?
But can I have a final answer?
We're
Otherwise
going
I'm
with
gonna have to give it to the other team.
horse. Horse goes a bit loose, a bit crazy.
Horse
Okay,
goes a bit
horse goes loose. No.
You just said mounting.
But it was right.
What do you think?
Detail.
It wasn't hot.
No.
It definitely wasn't hot. Do you remember how?
I remember getting
it
very wet
wasn't
on
great
freaking
at
thing,
all.
yeah.
So can I get an answer?
No, you're not getting.
Go on.
No?
No.
Okay.
Fainting.
Let's take a look.
Oh,
you
Louis
are.
dancing.
He's got his dad's moves there.
Nice move.
Look at him go. Yeah, Prince Louis became the star of the shirt troop of the colour
I
once
think
again.
That video was a bit unfair because we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. My
Very
next
unfair.
question.
Very unfair.
Well, you listed all the things that it could have been, and Prince Louis was not on that list.
He
at
was
I
all.
know, but I kind of think.
So
it
I get the
was
feeling that you didn't know the answer anyway.
misleading. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you another clip. Kate, let's see if you can get this one.
Okay, so we are in Jersey here. That's my pub behind.
Yeah, the Ship and Crown.
The Ship and Crown. Oh, she gives me a big smackaroo.
Yeah, she
I
does. That
remember this,
lady,
yes, I
that
remember
lady was
well.
very fond of
So
him.
this was
wasn't
in
she?
not Jersey. Sorry, this was in Guernsey. I'll get
Guernsey.
into a lot of trouble if I
Yes.
got the name of the
Very
island wrong. In the Ballywick of Guernsey, I should point out, and get extra points for this.
No.
No.
Okay, and yeah, so she leans over and she gives him a massive smackaroo.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Hey, there she goes.
There was our opportunity for a bonus
a
point.
bonus point for the Ship and Crown pub
Yeah.
behind
Oh,
it.
wow. No.
No.
I interviewed her afterwards. Actually, she was most
Was she
excited
just
about
over the
it.
moon?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I said
She was
it's
thrilled,
the king.
wasn't
I mean, like she said, I've been waiting. to
He
do it
has
for a
been
long time.
hugging and kissing a lot of people this
Yeah.
year. He's been really tactile.
Oh, really?
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen a real change.
You
I
never
think.
would have seen that with the late Queen, would
Never.
you? I mean,
No.
that's not how she
Yeah.
did things.
So do you think as a result people feel more like they can give him a kiss on the cheek and not get into
Yeah, and it's sort of like spiraled, hasn't it? Because some more people do it, so more people feel that they can do it. There was the New Zealand women's rugby team, and they said, "Can we have a hug?" And he
went,
said
"Hug?"
yes, and then they all kind of
Yeah,
piled
it was a
in.
really natural moment, wasn't it? And I
A
think,
hug?
yeah,
Why not?
I think people like that about him, and that's kind of how he was when he was Prince of Wales, and he hasn't changed since he's become king. So
That's nice. Well, this isn't turning out anything like I thought it was going to. Let's take a look at the latest scores. On 11, we have Lizzie and Russell. And on 14, we have Chris and Kate. Right, we are now into the final round of the quiz, and this is called Race for the Crown. Is fastest fingers first. It doesn't matter if I don't have to finish the question. If you think you know the answer before I've finished it, it is up to you if you decide to waste your turn by answering it before I finish the question. If you get the question wrong, it immediately passes over to the other team. So for everybody at home, they can be able to hear exactly what each team's buzzer sounds like. Chris and Kate, can you press yours? Merry Christmas. And Lizzie and Russell. There we are.
Evil Santa.
Well, whatever that was.
bad Santa.
Well, Christmas has been on the sherries. Okay, so we have 10 questions. So you could theoretically leapfrog these guys and win. Or you could just continue to win, Kate and Chris. Are we ready? Yep.
We are.
Yep.
yeah.
We are.
According to figures released in November, how much did the King's coronation cost taxpayers?
72 million.
Correct. The Duke of Westminster got married in June to who?
Olivia Henson.
Correct. One of Camilla's 2 adopted dogs recently passed away.
Oh,
Beth.
that was Merry Christmas.
That was Merry Christmas.
That was for sure Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Beth and Bluebell.
Correct. In July, we found out the monarchy is to get a funding boost due to soaring profits.
Because of the windmills turning in the sea.
Incorrect. Didn't let me finish the question. I'm afraid
Oh.
it's
Sorry.
here. In July, we found the monarchy is to get a funding boost due to soaring profits from the Crown Estate. To the nearest 5 million, how much money are we talking?
Oh, I know it.
As in the bonus?
The
or
funding boost.
Was a funding boost of something like 40%?
105 million.
Incorrect. 45 million is the answer.
Is that where my 40%?
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
40 something. there.
Question 5. What's Meghan's new lifestyle brand called?
American Riviera.
Oh, that was. Oh.
Yeah, American Riviera Orchard, and then there's like now. And we're just ignoring.
We get a bar check.
No, definitely. She was just like a quarter of a second before you.
I agree
Okay.
with that.
Right, question 6.
Buzzer closer.
According to a YouGov survey in April, who are the UK's most and least popular?
Most popular is always Prince William. Least popular is
Is he the Meghan or Duke of York?
Meghan.
So you're going for William and Meghan.
Yeah.
Oh, you were wrong. I'm going to move it over to Lizzie and Russell.
The King and Meghan Markle.
You were also incorrect.
Definitely
So-
Prince William, isn't it, at the top?
76% Princess of Wales.
Yeah, his wife, I meant.
And the least popular,
did
Prince
say that.
Andrew, with a mere
don't get
6% of Britons having a positive view of the Duke of York.
Who are those 6%?
I have
mean,
no idea.
quite.
Right, we're going to move on to question 7. How old did George, Charlotte and Louis turn this year?
Charlotte,
This is one that you definitely get right.
Charlotte
Take your
turned
time.
9, Louis turned 6, and George turned 11.
Correct. Well done.
Without looking at Lizzie to
That
put
was
me
my
up.
test question to Russell. To be
Oh,
on the
was it?
team.
Get on the team.
How old is Princess
Did
Charlotte?
he get it right?
There's only
Yeah,
one I got
he
right.
Right, question 8. Prince George has reportedly been given a nickname at school. What is it?
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's William. I was going to say.
You know Prince William's not at school.
No. Stephen is his.
Yeah, but you
nickname.
pressed the buzzer, so I'm going to have to take an answer.
I don't
know.
No?
You know.
How about Kate and Chris?
I would guess Georgie, but as a guess, I don't know.
Is that what you're going to go for?
Yeah.
No, it's PG.
Prince George.
Yay!
Nice, very cool.
It is very cool.
I like that.
And neither of you got it.
Nope.
Now, the Invictus Games released a video of Prince Harry getting a fake tattoo in New York. What did the tattoo read?
Merry Christmas.
Is it me?
Yeah.
I am Jelly.
Because of who did it.
Because Jelly did it, didn't he? Did it say I am Jelly or did it say I am Invictus? I think
I have to take an answer
Okay.
I am.
now.
Okay,
I am.
Come on.
Come on, we
I am
got it.
Jelly.
Come on.
I am Jelly.
I'm going to have to say no because it was an incomplete answer.
Go on.
I'm going to put it
No,
over
you're
to
okay.
Lizzie.
But
and
I'm
Russell
close.
now.
So
Wait,
it's the I am logo, and then
Jelly roll.
Correct.
We got there eventually.
Right, so we have the final question, but you do have a bonus question at the end.
That's terrifying.
So, question 10. The horse who led the late Queen's coffin has been given the animal's OBE.
Oh.
Kate, you press the button. I'm going to have to take an answer from you.
Why did I do that? No, I want to say, was it Noble or Emma?
I'm going to have to take an answer.
Emma.
You're going for Emma?
It's Emma.
Oh my God, no.
so Emma was
Blends the
with
pony.
Terry
Sorry.
Terry
Pendry
Pendry,
standing as the procession went by, but the lead horse,
I'm going to have to get an answer from you.
formidable.
Formidable? Well, there is an F, so you're sort of midway there,
Freddie.
sort of. No,
Freddie.
Lord Firebrand,
Oh,
known
God.
as Yogi.
Right.
Yeah,
we
we'd
got
never.
There we
get
are.
that.
Okay, so we're going to do a bonus question.
Okay.
It was also a tie-break question, but I don't reckon that there is a
tie-break.
tiebreaker situation. I think we may be far from that. So the bonus question is, which wedding anniversary did Charles and Camilla celebrate this year?
The 19th.
Correct,
Well
Lizzie.
done, Lizzie.
Well done. Well done. So, Lizzie and Russell, you have 15 points.
I'll let you down.
Kate and Chris, you have 70.
Well done. Well
You
done.
owe me a joke, Chippy.
I'm never hearing
Chris
the end of
and
this.
Kate, you are the new king and queen of Talking Royals.
Thank you
Well
so
done.
much.
I
You have
would
a crown.
love to say that we have a crown.
Yep, yep.
As you can see, I've spent all of our budget on the Christmas tree, the tinsel, and getting our wonderful graphics team to like put some
You
holly
know, they did a
on
good
the
job, I
side.
think, yeah.
Yeah, that
And
was
so
great.
that's what I put the money into.
For sure.
But let's hope that when we get recommissioned next year, I'll be able to afford a crown.
I think there's a recommission in this.
Well, one can hope. But
it's
thanks
been-
to everyone for listening to our Christmas special. I hope that you've been playing at home. And if you have done, get in touch with us and let us know whether you did worse or better than our teams here. Very quickly, I would like to know your top moments for 2024. For you, either it's a story that you've worked on that you enjoyed the most, or just a moment in royal history that happened this year. What would you pick as your favourite moment, Kate?
I think Samoa with the King and Queen, because I just thought that was, for them to be able to get to Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting just meant so much for the King. It was his first one as monarch, and he was clearly thrilled to be there. There were lots of kind of Ava ceremonies, and they had a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he enjoyed drinking all that Ava.
No.
because he
But I
had
thought
to
he liked
drink
the
a lot of it.
ritual.
Yeah,
He liked the
he loved
ritual
the
of
ritual.
it.
I will ask you your favourite moment in a moment, but that was Kate's moment. Russell, how about you?
Right to the end.
I would agree with Kate. I would have said Samoa was fantastic. I'll say also Earshot for Prince William. I mean, it was in Africa for the first time. It was easily the best Earshot awards that they've done. The real exuberance of young people.
Lizzie, how about you?
I think you can tell we were like a trip. It would be Australia and Samoa for me
Yeah.
as well. I think, after the year they've had, it's been an incredibly challenging year to see them back out on tour and to be able to get to Australia. I think that was a real feat for them, to be honest, given the year he's had. So.
And finally, Christian.
Do you know what? I'm going to go somewhere different actually, because I was going to do Australia because it was amazing that they got there. But that period, it was actually kind of unprecedented when the King was out of public duty. Obviously, we didn't see William and Kate for a long period of time, and kind of Camilla was in charge, wasn't she, keeping the royal show on the road. And I think if you roll back where we were 30, 40 years ago, when, how, she was the most hated woman in the country, I think it was quite remarkable that there she was, keeping the whole thing together for, 2 or 3 months. And that was a really interesting part of the year for us.
Yeah,
But,
I'd agree with that.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Russell, and thank you so much for joining
Thank
us,
you.
Kate.
Pleasure.
You've both been absolutely brilliant sports, and we've had a fun time on the quiz. And thank you for joining us for the whole of 2024. We've had a ball, and we do hear from quite a few of you on occasion, and we love that. So please do continue getting in touch with us, and I hope that you have enjoyed what we've given you in 2024, and we will be continuing it in 2025. But this is our final episode of the year. I hope that you enjoyed the quiz, and join us again in January when we will get the Talking Royals up and running once again. Remember that you can pick up any of our past podcasts wherever you usually get your podcasts. If you're missing us for the next couple of weeks, you can still hear our dulcet tones. So make sure that you do keep listening to our back catalogue. It is vast. But until then, we shall see you next year. Merry Christmas.